So this is the first scramble. And right away there's a 2-move EG2 right here, which gives a pretty nice case. But what you'll notice is that case starts like, the case goes like this, which is kind of awkward given the layer. So how I would go about this is I would hold it like this, so then I can come in like that and finish. And that's a very compelling solution, but I also briefly saw on this scramble that there were a few other easy faces, like this. So I'd probably check these briefly, but that one's no good. This case is pretty bad. This one is pretty good, like that. In fact, that might be better than the other solution. But in a solve, this is probably the easiest to see, so I'd probably go for it. This is the second scramble. Right away, there's this big block on green, so you can do this and then solve this corner like that. And how you unlock this is once you put this in, this pattern here, all the centers stay in the same spot. So you just trace that move out and then trace the corners, just trace them. So what you'll notice here is that after that, this move is the start of the layer. So what we can actually do here is a hedge and then finish like that. But I don't think that's even optimal here. I think what would be even better is to finish the hedge. So like you finish the hedge like that with this push, so you can grip your thumb here and finish like that. This is the third scramble. And right away there's this really, really easy solution here. So you can insert this corner and then twist here, but that's pretty bad. So we insert and twist here, and this is an all right case. But what's really good about it is that here it actually cancels into the alg. So that would make for a really nice solution. Another option that you have on scrambles like this is you can make a pseudo layer like that. And so what the pseudo layer would give is this case. So how you would go about doing this is you do this and then do that and then finish with the AUF. I do think, however, that the pseudo layer is slightly worse here. So what I would end up going for, the full solution, is this. This is the fourth scramble. And right away there's this easy one move to this pattern, which is a double insert, which you would think isn't very good. But what you'll notice is that none of the centers move, and you can do it, it's the same on either side. So this is a very easy way to unlock 2 cases very quickly in inspection and get several more options on the table when it comes to like what solutions you're considering. So when we're here, if we insert this corner first, then this will come up and this will do a Y2, so it'll be a pretty bad case from this angle. But if we insert this one first, then this will come up and this will do a Y2. So that'll give us a really nice case, which is this case. However, since we're right here, after we insert the first corner, we'll have this one taken out, right? But what you'll notice here is that this alt alg starts by taking this corner out, then doing a hedge, and then being done like that. So this is actually a 6-move cancel here, just like that. This next scramble, there's a very easy pattern here on green, where if you solve this corner in one, all the centers will stay in the same spot for this pattern as well. And what this one will give is this case, which will be really nice to execute because it's just hedge cancel, and it actually cancels into the alg too. This is the 6th scramble, And right away there's this 2 twist here. And what this is going to give you is this case, which is not great, but given that it's such a convenient layer, that's a very nice solution to look at quickly. Another solution I'd look at here is one move to this same case from the last scramble. And this actually gives a pretty good case, like this. But since I'm in this grip, it might be pretty hard to regrip down, so I'd regrip up and do an R2. This is the 7th scramble, and right away there's this big block here, and there are several ways that you can go about solving this. The one that I check first is the layer like this, but it doesn't give a pretty great case, so the next thing I'd look at is an EG2, and what this would give us is a pretty nice case here, actually. So, but the problem is the angle isn't great, because the alg, you need to be wait, how do I set this alg up? Whatever, okay. Anyways, for this layer, wait, that is not the layer I was looking at. For this layer, you need to be here for the alg. So this is pretty awkward because of the rotation. But what you can actually do is do it like this, and then go into a little B prime to start the alg, and then rotate up to finish. This is the 8th scramble. And right away here, there's this nice layer on red that's easy to one look. So what I'm looking for is this, and then the insert after. So what that gives us is this case, which isn't a great case, but it's nice that it's rotationless. So I would definitely consider that solution. Another option that we have here is this layer like that. And it actually gives a really nice case right here, where you just do this. Another option for some people on that case that I wouldn't personally do, but is available for some people here, it actually cancels into this alg, but I don't like that alg very much because I'm not very good at hedges. Oh shoot, I misscrambled. So I would rather just do the Sarahs down the angle. Another option here is to do the mirror of the layer I just showed, which would give this case. But actually, wait, I think we already went over that. But I think this solution is by far the best. This is the 9th scramble. Right away, there's this giant block, which we can solve into a layer like this, or like this, or into an EG2 like this. And out of these options, the EG2 is the easiest to one look. And it also gives the best case because the other two were kind of mid in comparison. So this EG2 here, you just rotate up and you do that. This is the 10th scramble. Right away, there's this one move to make this diag edge block here. And then this pattern is very easy to trace because all the centers will stay in the same spot. So you only have to trace the corners. And what this is going to give us is pi plus u perm right here, which is an alright case. Like, it's nothing spectacular, but it's pretty good. Another solution we can look at here is one move to this, where all the centers stay as well. But this gives a pretty bad case, although it does cancel 2 moves. Another EG2 solution that we can do here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, which I think is the best option here. This is a bit hard to one look, but when tracing into this pattern, I actually prefer to insert the 2 corners separately because I find it a little easier to trace than to do it like this. So when I trace this, it actually gives one of the best EG2s. So that's probably what I end up going for.